Mary! Those pedals! Hey, I'm walking here!
You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do ya, punk?
Well, I may not be the best at movie impressions, but that doesn't mean I don't love watching them. Hi gang, Claire here. Welcome to Claire's Clues. Movie watching is one of America's favorite pastimes, and it's one of my personal passions too. Sure, you can watch Netflix these days from the comfort of your own couch, but there's nothing like watching a movie in a historic movie theater to totally immerse yourself in the film watching experience. Tonight's episode of Colorado Experience is called Cinema on the Plains, and we've got our own sort of Cinema on the Plains here at the History Colorado Center. This is our Black Sunday Theater, which tells an immersive story about Black Sunday during the Dust Bowl in the 1930s in Baca County. But of course, there are many actual historic movie theaters on Colorado's Eastern Plains, like the Cliff Theater in Wray, which was built in 1950 and is today listed in the National Register of Historic Places. Does that surprise you? A lot of times we think that buildings have to be really old in order for them to be important, but that's not the case. A building usually only has to be at least 50 years old to be considered historic. Once it reaches that 50-year mark, then we look at a ton of other factors to decide if it should go on the National Register. And one of those factors is its historic significance. A historic building could be significant for 4 different reasons. Reason number 1, for its architecture, design, or form. Basically, the building itself is significant. Reason number 2, for its association with an important person. This could be someone as famous as Abraham Lincoln or George Washington, or it could be someone lesser known who's important to a small community. Reason number 3, for its association with important events. This could be an individual event, like a Civil War battle, or it could be a series of events that are broadly important to history together. Like, say, for example, a movie theater that's been an important way of life for a small community for many decades. Reason number 4, for its archaeological potential, which means maybe we can take an educated guess that if we were to dig in the ground at a certain historic site, what we find might tell us a lot about history, and that potential for knowledge is very important. Can you guess which category the Cliff Theater falls into? Yeah, it's that third one. Did somebody give you a hint? The Cliff Theater has been a community stronghold in Wray for more than 60 years, hosting movies, of course, but also other types of cultural events and activities. In fact, the graduation ceremony for the class of 1951 was actually held in the Cliff Theater. Today, the Cliff Theater has seating for about 250 people, but when it was first built, you could fit more than 500 in there, and it was built with a fireproof projection room. Today we watch movies digitally at the press of a button, but back in the day, movies were shown on a projector, which had to be operated by a special person called a projectionist. And the physical film that was shown on the projector was highly flammable, so it was important to have a fireproof projection room just in case the film caught fire, but you didn't want the whole theater to burn down. The Cliff Theater was also built with a special room where parents could take their children. It was soundproof and had a glass wall, so parents could still watch the movie while they were in there. Do you know what this room was called? Watch Colorado Experience tonight at 7 p.m. on Rocky Mountain PBS to learn what this special room was called and to learn way more about the Cliff Theater in Wray. Come back tomorrow to take the Claire's Clues quiz and you could win a prize. Happy movie watching, and I'll see you next week for your next Claire's Clues adventure.